Ugh. Good morning, America! Yeah! America! I'm here to tell you that I am very serious about this. About what? I'm so happy you asked. Ego death, that's what. This is ego death, and I'm so serious about it. I really think that this is the best option for you. As much as you don't want to hear it, this is gonna change stuff. This is gonna broaden your horizons. It's really gonna innovate this industry that is currently dying and being sucked by AI and all this corporation soul-sucking behavior of the constant remakes and the constant sequels. Like, I am done seeing the live-action Disney movies. I am through with it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of through with the Marvel industry. I'm kind of through with DC and this stuff that's just not ending. It's just like, it just keeps going. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just done with that. Like, how long has One Piece been running? And how is that still being made? Like, what is this stuff that's just being pumped out? Like, we're losing our soul. I mean, it takes time to produce meaningful characters and to produce meaningful stories and industry-shaping musicals, you know? Like, it takes time to do that. We can't expect our artists and writers to operate like a machine. We are human. We require time, energy, and a good environment to produce our art in. And most of all, we require payment, which is already limited in supply. And I feel like people expect creatives to produce from the good of their own heart and to not really think about the money. Like, I've heard that before, like, you shouldn't really be thinking about the money. You should just keep on producing. But at the end of the day, how can you keep on producing if you have no money? You know what I mean? Like, it's more than it. I feel like a creative needs something like a stipend from the government is what I'd really love to see, that just so to support the creation, because you need time in order to create. And already when you're forced to work constantly to earn money, you're just tired afterwards and you have no time to create, no energy to create. And so what a stipend would allow for is some extra free time not spent working at a job, right? At a job, because creating is a job. It is a job. It's just a job that is passionate. It's a self-sufficient job, I'd say. But when you're doing commissions for other people, it becomes less about your own sense of divinity and expressing yourself, and it kind of makes you more of like a machine. And so when we just tell artists to produce what we want to hear, you're gonna see less soul and heart and passion, because that's not what these artists are here to create. I'm not pointing at a machine with one job and saying, just do that one job. Like, you're pointing at a human being, right? And that human being has many duties to fulfill in this life. And to create is just one of those duties. And you're depriving that artist of, like, integrity and personal freedom of expression, first of all, an American value, individuality. You're depriving that artist of that innate sense of ability and innate ability to express oneself in that manner, in an artistic and creative way. And instead you're basically killing the artist by doing so, you know? You're basically killing the artist by telling the artist to only produce what you want the artist to produce. The only style in which you want the artist to produce said work in, limiting the artist's freedom, telling artists what art is, first of all. I mean, in school, for example, I learned what art is and what art isn't. And you know where I found the coolest art was not in the classroom. It was not anything I saw on the boards, no. The coolest art I saw was at the very top of a mountain, hidden off trail. We were going through undergrowth, and then suddenly, like, we were in this, like, someone built a massive empire in the forest. Like, it had, like, forts, and it had a little kitchen area, and there was no one was here, but it was filled with art. And I saw some of the coolest art. I wondered who lived here and who created these beautiful pieces of artwork. And they did not leave any trace. They just left this beautiful art. And that's what real art is. It's not glorified, and it's not for consumption. It is not to be commodified and to be sold. It is to be observed. Imitated, sure, but not profited off of. And it's not for someone else's gratification either. It's not just to entertain you. It's not here to make you feel giddy about yourself. It's not here to just lie there and not really say anything about itself. It's not here to just look at you, and you're not here to just look at it. You're here to learn from it. And you're here to learn about yourself from it. You're here to learn about the world from it. You're here to learn about everything from art. And no matter how good it makes you feel inside, it's always gonna be there to haunt you. I'm here to bring soul back into art. It's my mission to reinvigorate the art, because art as we know it is like kind of shying away from us. And I'm here to bring it back. I'm here to entice it. I'm here to invoke it. Like, I want to see real art. Like, I don't see that much real art in the world. I see people expressing themselves, but in a way that makes other people pleased, you know? I don't see, like, real new stuff. Even the new stuff I've seen before, or I've heard about before. It's not new when everyone else is doing it, and it's not even new when a niche group of people are doing it either. It's not new unless you're the only person doing it, and people are just so goddamn afraid of being themselves and being true to themselves and producing something that they like to hear. Like, they'll produce something they don't even like. Like, why are you producing stuff that you don't even want to watch and that you don't even want to listen to and that you don't even want to interact with? Is it just for other people's consumption to make them feel good about themselves, or for them to think good about you because you're producing something they like to hear? Or is it not even about what people like to hear and more about your ego to begin with, is my question. And how can you combat that? How do you come back from this place of being so disregarding of yourself, of your own feelings and motives, and how can you come back from that after producing art you don't like, art you're not really proud of, art that someone else told you is art, art that is maybe not even produced by you, but it has your name on it, and How do you come and say, like, this is me? How? When you're just following a template. This is not what art is. Art is not to be defined. Art is all around us. That's the thing. Art is like this intangible construct that you have suddenly made somewhat tangible. And yet still, it's not able to be touched. But you can immerse yourself in it now. And that's what art should be, and we should learn from that experience. And that experience is ego death. And if you experience ego death, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a VR experience. It's a never to be seen before experience, and it's gonna keep you glued to the screen, I guarantee it. And if this doesn't make you wanna go check out ego death, I don't know what I can say that will make you want to immerse yourself in the entire experience that you will not want to miss out on. For as much as people shy away from the topic of ego death, we sure have a lot of stories to tell about it, you know? Like, I want to hear your stories about ego death, and I want to connect with you and learn from you and what you think about ego death, how you think we could make it better, your suggestions for ego death and what's to come. I'd love to know. I would love your support. This is an opportunity you'll not want to refuse. Probably not want to refuse. I can't guarantee it, but I will say that, yeah, you probably won't want to miss out on this. It's really cool. How about we drop some... As a single family, you know, after my parents got divorced, it was very difficult. I dropped all my musical aspirations then and there. You know, I gave up on my dream of becoming a rock star when I saw my dad being dragged out of the house. Not dragged out of the house, but escorted, let's say. And I was across the street at my neighbor's house watching through the window blinds. And I was thinking, they're taking him away. He's gone now. It was the first time I really retreated into myself. Actually, no, I lie. That's the third time, and it's the most significant time, I think. It's when I really retreated far into myself. And I remember the feeling vividly. It was scaly. It was green. It was like my mind was trying to put myself at peace by throwing me backwards into my own head. And I felt so alone. And I felt so scared, and it felt like the world was ending, and it felt like I was dying, you know? 'Cause, you know, it's like watching your whole life fall apart, you know? Like, everything you've known is out the window, really, and I was somewhere very dark for a little bit. I was somewhere that wasn't real. I was like inside my own mind for a little bit. And the stuff I saw when I was there wasn't good. Like I said, I used to think a lot about death. Used to be the only thing I thought about was just everyone dying. And I'm here to warn you about it as well. You shouldn't be afraid of it. It's gonna come. Everyone's gonna die. But you can't be afraid of it. That's how fear wins. The only way to overcome death is to supersede it in this life. Because we don't know what happens after death. We have many theories and beliefs, but nobody knows for certain on this world. All we have are near-death experiences in which the person is brought back to life. In order to tell this story, there's life after life. Think about that. Yeah? Because I've been there. There's life after life. Death must be confronted in this life. And the sooner you confront it, the better. It'll teach you to place more importance on this life. We're not machines. We are not components of a machine. We're not here to just blindly follow and to think as a group and to keep producing what other people want us to produce. That is not who we are. We are so much more than that. We're human, and we're on this earth together, and we get to experience this reality together, this energy which we all feel. Well, not all of us. I think you need to experience ego death in order to feel that energy. If you want to connect with me, experience ego death and connect with me, because you can do it subverbally. You can connect with someone. Imagine this, telepathy. Yeah, if it's so BS, why do twins experience it? They share that same energy, you know? You can connect with people on an energetic level because we are all made of that energy. Can you feel this through the screen? Can you feel it? Because I'm sending it to you, and it's not going directly to you. This is kind of just going outwards, you know? But if I know you, and I know your energy, and you know me, and you know my energy, channel your energy, communicate with me. All I'm saying is it might not be so BS. It might not just be... Well, here's the thing. I'd place telepathy on the same level of logical sense as psychology. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're both reliant on something that is kind of up to an individual perception, I'm not gonna lie, and on a case-by-case basis, right? Individual. Why are we diagnosing people as a group when everybody is different? You're looking at a different at a different box every time you check a box. No, but the box is a human. You know what I mean? And we're so multifaceted. It's disgusting to point at a group and call it that group, you know? Based on what? A characteristic? A cluster of characteristics? It's got as much variability as telepathy, in my opinion. If you don't think we can communicate subverbally, then I don't know what to tell you. You might be a behaviorist, which, you know, I think holds more ground than any psychology based on Freudianism. And, you know, all of our modern perceptions of the individual as a computer, you know the term diagnose, to diagnose, was originally a computer term. To diagnose something was to like diagnose a computer with a problem. And we are not computers. We are not machines. Why are we diagnosing ourselves with problems? This was a term invented to debug systems. Are we not more than just systems? Yeah, we're each, the human body as it is a well-functioning machine. I will put it that way. Input equals output. Put in good stuff, out comes good stuff, and by good stuff I mean the philosophical fruits, the arts, the music, the good food, the exercise, the fresh air, the oxygen, you know, and out comes something you like and something you're proud of, and the best. If you put the best in, expect the best out, right? We're being tricked to put in bad stuff, and I think that's why we're producing bad stuff now. And I do say that in a derogatory way. We are producing bad content. Why? There's not a whole lot of incentive to be yourself these days. You know, you gain more in America by fitting in and producing what other people want to see and what other people consider real art. You gain more social acceptance and more money. And more recognition, to produce what is not truly an expression of you, than you do producing art that feels right. You need to produce art that makes you feel good. That, maybe it doesn't make you feel good creating it, because when I composed Ego Death, I did not feel good at all. But afterwards, I felt like it was released, you know, that it was gone. It's gone now. My head wasn't so full of it. Like, all I could think of was Ego Death. Every thought was Ego Death. And then once it was over, I was like, what's my purpose? Because it really felt like a mission, you know. I had to produce this. That's how you have to feel. You must. It must feel like your responsibility. It is your personal duty. It is what you were put on this earth to do. You were put here to make a difference. Each one of us. We all make a difference in someone's life. Every person I interact with rubs off on me. I learn something from every person, as should you. And I'm not saying take advice from people. Don't take advice from people who aren't where you want to be in life. You know? Why are you taking advice from someone who you don't want to be like? And I'm not saying disrespect your teachers and disrespect your elders and all these people who have life experience. No, respect them and listen to them. But don't let them shift your inner character, you know? You are on your own journey. Everyone you interact with has an influence on you, whether you like it or not. So my advice to you would be to just stay on your path. You know what your path is. It is a divine feeling, and you just have to trust yourself. You must trust yourself. Trust yourself, and believe me, your time is now. Trust yourself. Have faith in yourself. Follow your passion. Follow the way of the world. The way of the world is open. You are so much more than what people say you are. And the only way people are going to know who you are is by expressing yourself and by producing art. It's the most important thing. Produce art and let the art produce you. Imagine that. Let the art produce you. 'Cause that's the thing. We are so much more than producers. We are so much more than consumers. We interact with the world in a production and consumption trade-off. Artists do. And I want to see more artists producing. I see a lot of artists consuming, actually. I'm seeing more and more of this sucked in behavior. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's what the corporations want. Okay? The corporations don't want you to think for yourself. The corporations want you to get sucked in. The corporations don't want you to produce art. The corporations rely on you consuming. So I beg of you, stop consuming. Stop and start producing. This is your time to produce. You only get one chance at this life. You get one chance. And after it's over, you might not get that chance in your next life. Let's just say that. And it's over, you know? So use your time wisely. Okay? If this means going against the grain and doing something else that is different from other people, do it. Just do it. And something will work out. And if it doesn't work out and you're stuck, get unstuck. Find a way. There is always a way. If there is a will, there's a way. And you might not be comfortable with what that way is. That way may feel uncomfortable, you know? You may have to make changes. But that's exactly what needs to be done. If you want to succeed in this life, you can't accept treatment, okay? There is nothing that can make you perfect. There is no perfect drug. There is no perfect lifestyle. There is nothing that can be sold to us to fix us, because we are not problems to be fixed or diagnosed to begin with. We are human. We are individuals. And as an individual, I just want to see more individual action and less of this consume behavior. And there's no perfect pill to make your life better. I don't know if losing that 5 pounds will make you feel any happier in the end, because in the end it's not about the way you look. It's more about how you feel about yourself. And it's how you feel at the end of the day. It's how you feel when you wake up in the morning. It's how you feel when you look in the mirror and you're just feeling neutral and you just, hey, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my achievements and my successes, not only just the way I look, but I'm proud of that too. And, you know, there's a lot of superficial artificiality now. And we're starting to lose our humanness. Just like, I want to touch, I want to feel, I want to like look into someone's eyes, and I just want to love someone, but I can't, because it feels like we're so far apart from each other. We're so distant. We've grown more distant. Just talk to each other. Enter a room and just say, hi. What's your name? That's all you have to do. Oh, I like your shoes.